Okay, so how do you know if a remote control is working? This is the old style with the infrared. You can tell the remote control is with infrared if you have to point it to the device for it to work. And if you cover the front and it's not working, it means it's using an infrared LED here. Same as this one. This one also has an infrared LED, but it's covered, so you can't see it. So how you check if it's working? If you don't have a multimeter, just use your phone. Your phone camera can see the infrared light, but to be extra sure that you see it properly, use the video mode. And let's try. So first one, it's working. Here, this is the LED, and I press a button. What is it? I press a button and you can't see it because there's too much light here, so let's switch off the lights. Okay, so now I'm pressing a button and you see there is this red light. You don't care about the red light. You care about the light coming from here. You can even see it from the camera now. A little bit. But actually, an older phone works even better because the cameras in older phones, they don't have the infrared filter. So an old phone is ideal for this. You can clearly see this purplish light. It looks a bit purple. And you only see it when you point the remote straight into the camera or the phone. This one, this also works. I thought it wasn't working, but it also works. Just a bit weaker. You can see it there. And this one with the cover. You can see it inside there. See the actual camera has a filter, infrared filter that's really good and it can't see it. Just a little bit here you can see it a little bit. But when you put the phone, AI now, everyone wants to try their AI. I don't want to try it. When you press on the button, that's when it has to point directly into the camera. It's not gonna work if it's not pointing at the camera. So this remote, I thought it was not working, but turns out it's working. But it still has problems. Not all the buttons are working. So let's try the buttons now. Let's try. This is how you tell if a remote is working, and if it's not working, first thing to do, if the remote is not working, first thing to do is to change the batteries. Really the simplest thing. Change the batteries, and if it's still not working, check inside there. If it's still not working, check inside there for any signs of corrosion at the battery contacts. if you see any corrosion and you had alkaline batteries, you put a bit of vinegar on a sponge and clean it up. I have another video about that. I will try to remember to link it in the description. And then let it sit until it's dry and the remote should work fine. This only works for the newer. This only works for the old style remotes with the LED. I can put it back. This trick only works for the old style remote controls with the infrared LED. The newer ones, they have Bluetooth, so with the Bluetooth it's another process, and I might make a video about that if you're interested. Write in the comments below if you want to see a video about troubleshooting Bluetooth remote controls. Usually the infrared ones, they have troubles with the buttons. Some buttons stop working. I will make a video about that also. And corrosion on the battery terminals and water damage. Usually the water will go inside the remote and do some troubles. But an old phone, actually even my new phone, I will show you now. Even my new phone on the Xperia, even my Xperia phone shows it. So it doesn't have to be, even my new Sony Xperia 1 Mark V shows it, so it doesn't have to be an old phone. But if on one phone it doesn't work, try on another remote to make sure that you see on another remote the light when you press it. This is important. See, without the phone camera you don't see anything. In real life you don't see it at all. Nothing. It's completely invisible to our eyes because it's the LED here is emitting infrared light and we don't see infrared. But the cameras can see, and the cameras can see so much that they have a filter on top of the camera, and that's why some of the old phones that are lower quality cameras, some of the lower quality cameras on the old phones don't have such great infrared filters, and they will actually show you the information you need. The information you need. Thanks for watching. Okay. When I press the button on the, see, you can't see it here. You can see it a little bit. This camera is still blocking the light. You will not see it with your eyes alone. There is no way to see it with your eyes, but with the camera, and the worse the camera, the more you will see the light. So now go through each button. I start pressing each button one by one and to see if there is any that will not work. Actually, I could. So okay, looks like everything is working. I tried all the buttons. Everything is working perfectly. Okay, I tried all the buttons and it's really working perfectly, so I must have fixed it before, and I probably forgot to show you. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful to figure out why your remote control is not working, the infrared remote control. The newer ones where they have Bluetooth, they are a bit different. I mean, a lot different. They don't communicate with the optical signal, they use the wireless Bluetooth signal to communicate with the device. This is mostly for older devices, old TVs. These days it's almost everything is Bluetooth. But if you have one of these remotes and you want to make it work again, maybe some buttons are not working, you can use aluminum foil with a bit of glue at the back on the actual button to make contact on the circuit board underneath, or you can use graphite, any pen mixed with a little bit of glue, not a lot, or you can have a backing of glue on the button, and then you make this into a fine, really super fine powder, and just press the button on the glue so it has a layer on top. If there is not enough graphite here, a pencil material on the button, it will not make contact, so you might have to add more later, but still, these are the options. I think it's pretty good. Aluminum foil might fall out, and especially if you use super glue, actually don't use super glue, because this is always flexible and it will break the super glue. Use B6000 glue or E7. You can easily use the E6000 glue or B7000 glue. They are flexible and they will work perfectly for this. Thanks for watching. I wish I had showed you this, but okay. I'm not gonna open the remote now.